I-V-M.
Hello and welcome to Smile India. I'm Shifa Maitra and I get you delightful news from across the nation every Thursday. While we're all thrilled with the number of medals we won at the Olympics this year, we do know that the going has been far from easy. Yet some people do have the determination to defy all odds. Today I tell you about one such hockey player, Mary D'Souza Sequeira, part of the country's first female Olympian squad in 1952. What is amazing is how she got to that place. She came from a middle-class family with 12 siblings at a time when women were not encouraged in sports. She watched her brothers play hockey and learned the game. She also loved running and trained herself as an athlete. Coaching was a faraway thought, but she kept at it. Her friends encouraged her, and the sports teacher in school saw her potential. Her family was barely aware of her popularity, and when she won at the Asian Games and got a picture with Prime Minister Nehru, they did a double take. She made it to the first female hockey contingent going for the Olympics to Helsinki. She really wanted to play for the nation, take her first flight, but she didn't know how to raise funds for it. So her friends from Bandra, the suburb she lived in, organized a dance and whistling competition, which was a ticketed event. Locals liked the concept and lots of youngsters were rooting for Mary, and the event was a mega success. With the funds collected from the dancing event, Mary was able to be part of the Olympics. She came back and continued to play, went on to become a sports officer at the railways, and now at 90, she looks back at that time and is glad she had the guts and the pals who helped her get to the world's biggest sporting event. Quite something, isn't it? Now let me tell you about an organic store called Adirsh, which is India's first zero-waste chain of stores. Everything sold here is organic and comes directly from the source. Within the store, whether it's interiors or packaging, no plastic is used anywhere. This store is in Pune and the brainchild of two school friends, Adarsh and Gajendra. One is a CA and the other a businessman, but they felt the need to create something to help farmers. They began selling organic produce and even educating people on its benefits. The amount of plastic used in storage and packaging bothered them, and that's how Adarsh was born. They pack their products in recycled paper or glass bottles. If a client returns the bottle on their next visit, they get a discount. The concept was appreciated, and soon they were selling glass jars and containers for people to use at home. Next up, they made shampoo bars, so plastic was totally eliminated from there as well. Due to increasing demand, they began 4 stores in Pune and now have branches in Delhi and Mumbai too. Post discussions with clients, they keep adding things to their repertoire after ensuring that the farmers can get it right. Recently, they started retailing online too with over 350 products, and I love buying from them. Just the fact that you don't spend half the day discarding plastic to get your product is such a relief. Pranav Lal from Delhi is a 38-year-old photographer and technology enthusiast who leads an action-packed life, despite being blind. A blind photographer? Yes, and a brilliant one at that. Pranav thanks his parents for bringing him up as a normal kid without hiding anything from him. He prefers saying he's blind rather than visually challenged, as he claims blindness and vision are all in the mind. Yes, mobility was a challenge, but early on he decided that there was no room for regrets in his life. He takes pictures to share his vision. Pranav uses sound to make sense of the world. Shooting landscapes and objects is what he enjoys. He uses the computer with voice-enabled plugins since he was in school. From college, he started blogging, sharing his words and pictures with the world. He helps people across the world, showing them how voice can be used as a tool for people who cannot see but want to take photographs. Pranav writes novels, takes pictures, and is even married to a photographer. Never say no to a challenge is his mantra in life. Vijayan and Mohina are a couple who run a tea stall in Kerala, and they have traveled to 16 countries across the world. They love to travel, so with limited resources, they plan their trips and have fun. It actually began since Vijayan loved to see new places ever since he was a child and never let go of any opportunity to travel, even if it was only to temple towns. His wife had never been beyond Ernakulam when she got married, and now she's been to cities all over India and the world. They both sell tea and snacks all day and then come home and pick a place in the world map installed in their home and start saving. They love to travel and realize they want to do it now when they can enjoy it rather than leave it for post-retirement. Yes, they don't save like others, but they have so much fun. They believe that the money they earn is meant to be enjoyed till their health permits them to, and for trips abroad, they take bank loans which they repay diligently. Every day from their earnings, they save something for their holiday, even if it's just 100 rupees. They plan their travel and do not waste money. Their eyes light up when they talk about the places they've been to. She loved Switzerland. He loved cruising down the Nile in Egypt. They go to a new place abroad once in 3 years and a new place in India every year. How sorted are these two? They've been traveling for the last 40 years and they're in their 60s now, itching to book tickets once the travel restrictions are lifted. They show us that it's the will to travel that's more important than the bank balance. That's it for today, and I'll be back next week with more delightful news from India. Till then, stay home, stay safe, and get vaccinated. For more interesting information on our country, please like and follow Good News Indians on Facebook. To hear more engaging podcasts, download the IVM app, go to the IVM website, or look for us wherever you get podcasts from. To stay in touch with me, you could look up Shifa Maitra on Twitter and Instagram. Since you heard and liked Smile India in English, you could check out our Hindi version too and recommend it to people who prefer podcasts in Hindi.
Hey, it's been another great week on the IVM Podcast Network. On Speakeasy, get a glimpse into the startup world, uncover interesting revelations about gaming and healthcare with Vishal Gondal, founder and CEO of Goki, and also host of the Vishal Gondal podcast on the IVM Network. On Aapka Paisa Vaisa, Vikram Shah teaches us how to invest internationally. Aiming for a spot at the Oscars, musician Sahil Bhargav introduces us to his world of animated storytelling on storytellers and storysellers. On Postcards from Nowhere, Utsav has started a new series, The Kashmir Diaries. Here we meet the last rosewater maker of Srinagar. And on The Fighting Goat, the hosts estimate the amount of money spent overall in MMA sports. Do follow us on social media. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And remember, if you're enjoying this show or any other show for that matter, please do tell a friend. That's really helpful for us. And finally, we'd like to thank the sponsors on the network this week, Siet Cred, Bank of Baroda, Intuit India, and CoinSwitch Kuber. We really do appreciate the support.
Whether you're an established sports person or a budding one, or simply a sports enthusiast, join us, Tanvi and Shlok.
We are two passionate pro badminton players talking policy, mindset, and everything sport.
So tune in to the Millennial Athlete every Monday.
Only on the IVM Podcast Network.
Trust us, it's gonna be lit.